Hi, my name is Sky, and with all the recent talk about bullying in schools, I I think I got a good show that people would find interesting. Uh, it's called Gang of Daggers. At least that's my concept of name for it. And the idea is that, a group of high school students, they're at the bottom of the social ladder. They get picked on by everybody. So what would happen in that sort of case? Well, they just have to suffer through going through high school like that, being the outcast, people looking down on them, not getting attention. If they're guys, the girls aren't interested in them. If they're girls, the guys aren't interested in them. And, they just find themselves in situations that they're not happy with. My idea, my story, not quite the antithesis to Glee, but think more like Harry Potter meets Sopranos. So they find a magical portal to another world. And on this other world, they're considered adults, and they can do whatever they want, and more or less get away with it. So they decide, hey, let's do that. Let's do our own thing on this other planet, and basically become a mercenary group, selling their services as warriors and fighters. They also learn a little bit of magic. But the big part of it, of the story, of the show, is what life is like on both of these worlds. And the other world, real simple idea. Kind of like how Hercules, Legendary Journeys, Xena, just these real sort of primitive, basic, sort of civilizations and cultures and people. So like Earth, around the dawn of the Iron Age, sort of thing, before the Romans took over Europe. And but you get to see how life is like on both these worlds, how people are treated, especially kids. Where on Earth, you have to be part of the school system, this formal education system, where you know you're more or less considered not that important. People tell you what to do. Parents are either coddling children or almost ignoring them or just expecting them to do certain things, and the children feel that my life is not the way I want it to be. It's not what I want. I'm not happy with this, and they feel all these pressures and changes and hormones, and they want to get with so and so. They want to feel popular. They want to look cool. Then you go to this other planet where well, you're an adult. You can do whatever you want. But the thing is, you are on your own. You have to take care of yourself. You have to be part of society, and you have to maybe contribute in your own way. When the time gets tough or whatever, depending on what village or city you're a part of. So this is what I would like to see, or this is what I am presenting as an idea for a new show. I'm calling it a Gang of Daggers. The Dagger is the name of this mercenary band. These guys selling their services on this other planet to whoever will pay for them. And think like 300, where you're going to see these scrawny kids in their freshman year of high school, and they go through this intense training for about 4 years, all these fights. And the other thing is, the way I want the show to go, the fights will not be choreographed. When two people enter, they're going to fight. They're going to learn stage fighting, but whoever is more skilled or qualified is going to win. And they'll, if one of them dies, that guy's dead. So people could die, people could run away. None of this, crazy dramatic and we know who's going to win sort of thing. No, no, no. I want this as realistic as possible, so people will experience what it's like. And the other thing is, magic, not that important. It's there. They learn some magic because it just makes it convenient for them. And where you would have technology, that's where magic comes in. The way I look at fantasy and science fiction is the way you would have it in Twilight Zone. It's not the gimmick or part of the show. It's not the way Star Trek is like, well, all right, here we are stuck by this technology. Okay, so what sort of technological gimmick are we need to overcome this? No, it's you know the metaphor or the means, the method, the thing you have to use in order to explain this. So it's almost like the way of Battlestar Galactica, Caprica. Use the gimmick, the magic, the technology, the unknown thing as a means means of telling the story, of making the story interesting and compelling. This is the idea I have for my show. Have it be controversial, even, because I want to see the issues that children in high schools today in the United States are facing. Issues of violence, of gangs, of sex, of pregnancy, of being an outsider, being bullied. I want to put these ideas, these concepts in the forefront. Show what people are going through, and then show on two different scenarios, two different worlds, how these how these things would be faced, and just make it interesting, because have some students embrace being part of a gang, being part of a group that is feared, where they control the fear. They don't have to be afraid of other people because they learn to fight, they learn to organize, they learn to rely on each other. They make themselves into a paramilitary group and become just devils in their own way. But this is the kind of show I would like to see and I would like to create. So if anyone out there is interested, all I need is a high school to film it on. And really what I love is a high school where I can just help bring a lot of money into the community, into the school, give the students there a chance to act. So at a high school of the arts is what I'd really love to have the option to engage in, because I want to provide all the students who go to the school a chance to be part of the fabric of the show. So not necessarily the stars, but they can be the artists, the musicians, the football, whatever players, but the ones who they do want to participate. And it's stuff in front of the camera, stuff behind the camera. Learn to be stuntmen, learn to rig, lighting, everything involved. And so, we're teaching kids how to learn and be part of the industry. And then have an interesting storyline where you're going to see the first group of kids start out as freshmen. They go through recruiting, going through high school, the 4 years, and then at the end of 4 years they leave. And it's the next group of kids who were juniors before, now they're seniors, now they're in charge. They have to run things, show their story. Then they graduate and leave. Then it's the next group. You're going to see students, kids come in, freshmen. Some of them, they're always going to be in the background. They're going to be part of the group. Some of them will die. Some of them will survive. Some of them will be important, influential. You're going to see what's happening to them, and just really understand their story. This is the idea I would like to present. This is what I think audiences will like. People like Harry Potter. People like Sopranos. People like 300. People like Glee. This show I'm proposing will kind of grab a lot of those different audiences and give them something new, something unique, something fun, something which I want people to be like, oh my goodness, could you believe what they did on that show? And at the same time, like, oh my goodness, oh, could you believe what they did on that show? Let people praise it and go, oh my god, yes, this is the best thing ever. And have people also say like, oh man, is this right? Make people question. Make people think about, if I was in that situation, would I do the same? So, this is my idea for a Gang of Daggers. Thank you.